from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. It's Wednesday, but more importantly, give it up for the first of the year.
This is Sparta!
I came in with the energy. I couldn't help it today, guys. 2025 is upon us, right when I was getting used to writing 2024 on everything. 'Tis the season to get the year wrong when you're writing down dates. 'Tis the season to go to the gym, even though you know in about 2 weeks that gym will be clear once again. It's hard for the regular gym goers out there, you know. The quiet peacefulness of, you know, people working out, bettering themselves, interrupted by all of the Instagram posts of new year, new me. New year, same me. Look, I might only be 34 years old, but I've learned a few things in these 34 years. And one of the things that I've learned is just because a new year turns over doesn't mean that all of a sudden we stop being the same people that we were a day or two ago. Don't waste the money on the gym membership. Just buy a new knife. Okay? The New Year's resolutionists out there, no, today is the day I change everything. I shouldn't be so pessimistic about it, guys, but I am truly stoked to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in for the New Year's version, the New Year's live stream. Somebody asked in the Discord, I want to say, or maybe it was in the last live, are you going to go live on New Year's? And then I realized, I have a live stream scheduled. I didn't work today. I had the day off. Yeah, I'm going live. I didn't go live on Christmas Eve. Again, I know. 2 years in a row that I didn't go live on Christmas Eve. But this year, at the very least, I'm going to go live on New Year's Day. Gosh, man. And what a year it's been. Shout out to absolutely all of you guys for riding with the channel right into the New Year's. We're going to go ahead and get it popping. What's up, Marco? Good to see you. Welcome into TC Blades, channel member. Ground Fog in the house. The Ponds says this is Spinal Tap. You know, when the amp goes to 11, if you know, you know. What's up, Dragoon? Welcome in. Crazy Roach in the house. Thank you for being a channel member. And shout out to Neil McKenzie at the year mark. At the year mark. He joined a year ago. That's one hell of an anniversary, literally on New Year's Day. Neil, thank you so much. He says, I won't mention raisins. I mean, if you must. If you must. Mike and Ike's EDC, welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. We got Laid Off Beat, another channel member in the house. Okay, let's go. Nick EDCR, good to see you as well. My man, Jim Miller. What's up, Jim? Happy New Year, sir. Wicked Dream Designs. Good to see you as well. Paul Mills, thanks for being a channel member. Welcome in. Let's go. Blade Shooter, welcome in. Good to see you. Ian Coates, everybody. Channel mod, channel member. One of the most recent owners of the Tri-Stash. He told me, he said, Rolls, I'm going to sell all of my CRKTs. And maybe some of the CRKs. Because I have the Tri-Stash now. He told me. He said he'd be very fair on the pricing. How much? $1 million. At least for the Noomzon. I'm just kidding, but what's up, Ian? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Adventure 50, good to see you as well. Let's go. I'm getting through it today. A little bit lighter of a crowd. We'll see if the population gets any bigger. It might not. Laid Off Pete says, Rollshambo, show us your mini Growler, that is. Heard you received it today. Initial thoughts. Are you waiting to make content? I am in the process of carrying this guy a lot. This is the Devo Knives mini Growler, and I never actually checked out the original Growler. Initial thoughts. Since you guys are here, I mean, I was going to wait to release my personal opinions on this, but I'll give you guys, you know, the short and skinny of how I feel about it so far. I don't usually do this because then people are like, I don't need to watch the video. Watch the video when it comes out. The mini Growler is a fantastic knife. And you've probably heard this from other people who've already dropped their reviews on it. My take on it is this. Kubi is entirely underrated. There are very few companies out there, very few companies that live in this price range that give us the kind of Rockwell hardness that we get from Kubi. Like the fact that they do a cryo treat / vacuum treatment on their blade steel, whether it's 154 cm or S90V or whatever, is so underrated. We've got American made companies, you know, coming out with knives that cost 2-3 times as much. We don't get the kind of heat treat we get from Kubi at that price point. So from a composition standpoint, this specific one has S90V titanium. That's fantastic. But also it's S90V at like 60 to 62, with usually from what we've been seeing lately from Kubi is a bias towards the higher end. That's what you see with a cryo treat process. It's very typical with the cryo treating, and that is phenomenal. It's not the easiest in the world to sharpen, albeit, but once you get that nice edge on there, you can use like a diamond stropping compound to keep it laser sharp for a very long time. Put your own edge bevel on there. What the hey? Action, really good. All the quality of life types things, really, really good. And I don't like, can we expect anything less from Kubi and from Devo? Because we know that, you know, even though an OEM gets a knife design in, they make it to spec. So they're the ones that create it. But you have to give a ton of credit to Devo Knives. You know, shout out to Lefty.edc and Colin Mason Pierre, because they do a phenomenal job. They don't just say, oh, here's a prototype, good enough. No, they painstakingly go over all the details. You guys, most of you guys know Lefty.edc. If you don't, you're missing out. Absolutely phenomenal guy. He painstakingly goes over his knives in more detail, with more prejudice than knives that he reviews. And knives that he reviews, he gives them a really hard time. And so it's really hard to get a knife from Devo that is not just top quality. I really like the action. I really like the aesthetic of the titanium and the S90V. Also, they've got a ton of different options. If there was one thing that I would have to say that I don't necessarily like, it's the wire clip. It's the wire clip. And I don't like wire clips, but you know what? Even on this one, which is on the higher end of the price range, you know, before content creator discount codes, which you absolutely should use, not because we get any kind of kickback. We don't. These are only dropping on White Mountain Knives. White Mountain Knives doesn't do affiliate codes for anybody, but they do allow content creators to have discount codes. So $180 for the high end with, you could use my discount code with RSB10, take off $18. So essentially you're getting it for $162. S90V titanium, reversible pocket clip, really, really good heat treat process. Beautiful, beautiful blade grind. The satin finish on here is really good. Kubi's getting really good with their satin grinds. $162, that is a freaking steal. The price valuation is insane. Even for a Kubi, that's really, really good. That might be one of the best Devo values that I've seen in a while. And I would say jump on it if you can. Even if you're not in the I want to spend $162 right after Christmas range, they have versions that are starting at $100. You know, with a content creator discount code, call it $90. It's really good. There is some things I want to talk about with the clip. For those opinions, you'll have to wait for the full review, but it will be out before the release date. Release date for the mini growler is the 9th. Be prepared. They have camo carbon fiber versions in a very limited quantity. Those will sell out first. I guarantee it. I'm very happy with the titanium version. I'm going to tell you right now, the titanium, the camo carbon fiber, all the S90V variants are going to be fantastic. Anyways, it's not really a Rollshambo live stream without a monologue, right? Okay. I'm going to catch up with the chat, or at least I'm going to try to. Hold on, guys. All right. Dragoon says, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, I won knives. 2024 wasn't such a bad year. Hey, congratulations, man. I enter all the giveaways, too. And I never win.
Epic fail.
I never win. I've never won a giveaway in my life. It's okay. I've been fortunate in other areas, but congratulations. What a way to bring in the holiday season and the New Year's, man. That's awesome. Hey, and shout out to Blue Minotti Ninja, another channel member, channel mod, and he gifted a channel membership. Congratulations to Kaleidoscope and Knives. Welcome back to the Spartans, good sir, and thanks again, Blue. Definitely appreciate the support, brother. All right, let's go. Chris229, welcome in. Ian says, deal on the CRKTs to Ed B. Deal. Oh, man. Don't sell all your CRKTs, Ian. It's not worth it. You got to hold on to them. They're priceless. Sell the CRKs, though. Yeah. Stephen Fletcher, welcome in, man. Happy New Year's to you, sir. He says, Happy New Year to all, even though it's starting. What? Yeah, 2025 is already off to one hell of a start. Gas Station Knives Forever, thanks for being a channel member. He says, nothing wrong with the mini growler. I just don't like the wire clip. I don't like the wire clip. That's it. And you know what? On a piece that exists particularly to be functional, that I'm okay with a knife where my biggest complaint is a pocket clip. I'm okay with that. If a pocket clip is a deal breaker, but it functions, is it really a complaint? But I do have other thoughts on that, and I'll share that in my review. Ian says, mini growler, so a 40 ounce. It's a steel reserve, right? Ed B, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Thanks for being a channel member. All right, guys. None for now. Welcome in. Good to see you. Brown Sugar says, hello to you. Thanks for joining in. Jim says, Devo has enough pull now to get what he wants from a manufacturer. Yeah. I mean, they know better than to do Devo knives dirty. They know that they got options. And you know, one of the things that is really cool about being able to see some of these things as they progress through the prototype phase, you know, I talk with Lefty.edc frequently, and you know, I'm in a group chat with them. I get to see a lot of times they'll share like pictures of the prototypes they're working on, what different manufacturers and OEMs are coming out with, and they'll get prototypes from 2 or 3 companies and then go with what works the best quality and the best price point. And that's great. It's not something that we see happening a lot. A lot of times, you know, whenever someone sends a design to a OEM to have it done, they're like, you know what, we're gonna do it with Riot. We're gonna do it with QSP, or we're only gonna do it with Kubi. But the cool thing is that Devo actually, they're very methodical, right? They have a schedule. They know what knives they're releasing already, probably for the next year to 2 years. Like that, they're not playing checkers, they're playing chess. They're thinking several moves ahead, and they've got contingencies, which is really cool. And we benefit. We truly do. There's very few knife companies that are as thorough with getting work done by third-party OEMs. None for now says, yeah, wire clip on titanium leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Some people really like it on a functional level. and this is from a guy that hates wire clips, but on a functional level, they don't tear up the jeans. They got plenty of clearance. They got plenty of retention. I just feel like wire clips feel cheap. Wire clips feel like a paper clip. Again, it's something that I'm happy to live with if I have to. At that price point, sub $200. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, if you love everything else about this knife and what you've been seeing about it, don't be dissuaded by the wire clip. Just going to throw that out there. Ian says if Kev could pull out, he could have retired. Damn. That's harsh. Oh man. All right, guys. I lost the chat again. I'm going to try to catch up. Hold on. Ginger Fisher 75. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. He says Rollshambo brought to you by Devo Knives. I wouldn't mind being sponsored by Devo. Make it happen. Kev, if you're watching, the people said it, not me. I'll take a sponsorship though. All right. Craig Vincent, good to see you, brother. He says, I won 2 giveaways last week, one from Javon and one from Jimmy Slash. All right. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. None for now says, any thoughts on the Baba Yaga? Oh, that's a concept knife that I am very, 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 excuse me. Yeah, it is a concept. I'm going to pull it up on the screen share here. This is a knife that I desperately want to get my hands on. Desperately. And maybe it's the John, like, and here's the thing. Baba Yaga is one of those, it's a trigger model name because it automatically makes me think of the first John Wick movie. You know, where the Russian guy's like, they called him the Baba Yaga. You know, it's the boogie, the boogie man. I shouldn't do accents. But regardless, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking knife. And I'm going to get my fat head out of the way here. I want one of these desperately. Everyone that I've talked to that has handled one says that it is the bee's knees. And they got options, right? You can do this one. This would be the one that I would pick. You know, and I have a great relationship with Kansept. They didn't send me this one. That's okay. I might just buy it anyways. We'll see. This one has the 80s camo carbon inlay. You can get it with the Nebula carbon fiber inlay, which also looks sick. You can get it with, wait, what's the difference between these two? Okay. Yeah. So you can get it in copper carbon fiber with the Damascus. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of Damascus personally on blades, because even though I rotate through knives so frequently that I don't really put knives to, like, I rotate through so many knives so frequently that I don't have to sharpen the same knife very often. Like, I sharpen it once and I'm usually good for a while. That said, as a steel snob myself, I know that they use a VG10 blend on their Damascus that looks fantastic. But I would still rather have S35VN. I would still rather have M390. So anytime that I see one of their Damascus blades, I'm like, yeah, that looks really cool. I love the way Damascus looks. But I would just rather have a more high performance blade steel, right? Like, for example, the other versions have 20 CV. Rather have that. Not the biggest fan of the plain titanium. I like the ones with this. I like the ones with this inlay. That inlay looks fantastic. The blade shape is odd, but that's kind of par for the course with what I like. Okay. It looks fantastic. I want to check it out. I really do. It isn't a huge knife. It's only 7.5 inches, but that's a sweet spot for knives. That's going to be carry friendly without being too small for a lot of people. Many people want 8 inches or more, but it can't be more than 3.5 ounces. Anyways, Baba Yaga, love it. The name makes me think of the very first John Wick movie. I'll spare you guys my awful accents. Jacob Vermetti, good to see you, man. Or Vermet. Hopefully I got it right one of those times. Good to see you, man. Feel like it's been a while. Welcome back to the live stream. Gas Station Knife says, I left that L out intentionally, right over Joseph Gordon-Levitt's. Very nice. I get people like to say, oh, so-and-so looks like so-and-so. The one that I get the most often, people tell me that I look like I'm related to Joseph Gordon-Levitt, or that I'm Joseph Gordon-Levitt who reviews knives. I could, like, more than 10 times people have said that. Ian says there was a Tesla bonfire at Trump Tower. That's how to start 2025. Oh, man. All right. Sorry, had to pop my ears there. Mike and Ike's EDC says, Roll, what's your goals for 2025? My goals for 2025, that's a great question. And I have thought about this. You know, what do I want to accomplish as a person, as a content creator? How do I want to grow as an individual? That's the most important one. I want to approach 2025 with the understanding that not everything will go to plan, but it will always end up being all right in the end. Because it's really easy to get lost in the moment as an individual and to spiral. And when you do that, you have that downward mental spiral, it can affect everything. So that's why it's important to, in my opinion, to prioritize, most importantly, the individual things. I think it's great to work on oneself and to commit to things like better health. Or, you know, better performance at work, you know, for those of you who work commission jobs. I know a lot of content creators like, I'm going to have this many more subscribers by the end of the year. And I started to go down that path. I started to say to myself, oh, you know, I want another 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I'm a very goal-oriented person. But I've come to understand that that's not a good way to go about it. Because if all I wanted was to see a number go up, that wouldn't have anything to do with the improvement of the content and the quality provided on this channel. I try to provide the best quality content, the most entertaining content that I am capable of, purely because I know that one day the clock will run out on this channel and people will say, you know what? It's run its course. We're not interested anymore. Every channel has a shelf life. And when that comes to pass, whether that's, you know, a month from now, 10 years from now, whenever, I still want to be able to look back on my catalog of content and feel proud of what I find there and know that there is things that will last beyond me. So instead of a goal, a subscriber goal, because that's how I started, you know, my goal is to do more Steel Snobs videos, to do more than just knife reviews. Knife reviews are kind of a meat and potatoes kind of deal for this channel. The irony is that every time I tell myself, you know, I'm not going to focus on buying knives. I'm going to focus on doing more of this other kind of content. These companies, they're just like, oh, so you mean you want to review this? And I'll look at it and be like, yeah, that looks really cool. I'll review it. And then my desk gets full. I've got my desk is full of knives that I need to review. So my goal is to do more than one Steel Snobs video per month, or more than one non-knife review type video per month, because that's where I can provide a lot of quality. That's where I can provide content that's more than just a flash in the pan, more than just a look at a knife. And I think it's something that helps grow the community. So that's my goal, is to do more than 2 Steel Snobs videos per month, or educational or non-knife review type videos per month. I'm going to keep it EDC related, of course, but I want to find a way to provide more quality content and more value to people that decide to watch, whether they're viewers who have been here for a while or people who just got here. I want to provide value when people spend their time. You know, when it comes to knife reviews, it's always about spending more money, right? New products spend more money. When someone watches a Steel Snobs video, there's nothing to promote. I'm not talking about something that you can buy. And so the value there is with your time. You can always make more money. You can never make more time. And I think that a lot of people get it twisted on what's more important. So that's what I'm prioritizing this year. I'm prioritizing my time. And I'm going to be working on improving as many aspects of this channel as I can. A very long answer to a very short question. Excuse me. I need to hydrate. And oh yeah, and come out with a channel patch. That's a goal as well. Ian says, unlike Cole that got cart sniped by Metal Complex to have Kubi OEM the Tri-Stash, so he had to go bestech. Oh man. Dragoon says Devo Nip Light and Kubi Titius by Jimmy Crow were the two knives, so this rant is awesome. Oh man, I love the Kubi Titius. The Kubi Titanium Titius is still to this day one of the best values that I've come across, and it's still a knife that I love picking up and looking at as a comparison piece. It keeps me sober mentally. You know, it's really easy when we get into these knife reviews to go overboard and to like fall into this excitement that builds. You know, just like you guys are excited when you get a box in the mail and you open it up and there's the new Sharp and Shiny. You dive head first into the honeymoon phase. We do too. We're the same. I'm the same. I get excited. Like I still love the Kubi Titanium Titius and is to this day one of my favorite knives. Wicked Dream Design says sometimes it's finding a scheduled spot with an OEM. I know the feeling. Yeah. I would love to see more companies utilize Taiwanese OEMs. I don't know how realistic that is. As someone that's never tried to bring a design to market, I don't know how realistic that is. But I know the quality we've been seeing coming out of Taiwan, and it's fantastic. And it's something that a lot of people can feel good about spending their money on. You know, some people have real hangups about spending money on knives made in China. What I care most about as an enthusiast and a collector is the quality of the manufacturing, how dialed in the design is, how well machined the tolerances are. I care about the details. I care about it all. But it's always nice when I can feel good about a knife that's made in the US or in Taiwan. I'll buy a knife that's made anywhere. I'm sure they've got great cutlery coming out of Mexico. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure you guys will tell me if I'm missing some really great Mexican made knives. But that's my point. Is I don't care where it's made. I want it to be made well, and I want it to be a good product and a good design. Transparent Knives, what's up, dude? The Reblade Master himself. Brian, you've been guilty of making me drool all over my phone recently with all the awesome reblades he's been doing. He's done several giveaways recently, all of which I've entered, none of which I've won. One day, he'll pull my name from the hat, and I'll probably miss the mention. Oh man, some of the reblades he does look absolutely fantastic. I am not a fan of benchmades. This is a known fact. If you're new here and you didn't know this, I'm not a fan of benchmades. And then I see them with a Transparent Knives reblade, and I'm like, I could rock that. Thanks, Brian. This is your fault. I'm blaming you. If I end up with a benchmade in my collection, it's probably gonna have one of your reblades. None for Now says, yeah, I love the copper carbon fiber, but I want it with the 20 CV or anything other than Damascus. Totally agree, but I love the copper carbon fiber. Oh yeah, their carbon fiber options are fantastic. I have a feeling you're talking about the Baba Yaga. Absolutely, dude. All right, Titanium Justin, guys. We got another EDC channel in the house. If you haven't done so yet, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you go check out Titanium Justin's channel. He's on TikTok. Very, very entertaining. What's up, Justin? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the live. All right. The Night's Edge, welcome in, dude, and congrats and thank you for being a Spartan for 13 months. He says 13 months of Rolls-Royce Shambo. Man, I've seen people chop up my name, but that's funny. Thank you, man. Thanks for riding with the channel for 13 months. He passed the year mark. He's no longer a freshman. He's an upperclassman. C. Kobe, thank you for being a channel member. Says just lurking tonight. That's totally fine. Lurk away. I do that. Sometimes I'm not active in the live stream chats. I just like to hang out and listen. Mike and Ike CDC says, thanks, Roll, for the detailed response. That's all I got, guys. I used to leave these like journal entry long responses to other people's knife reviews in their comment section. And I realized if I'm going to spend this much time putting this much thought and detail into my thoughts on a knife, I should probably just start my own channel. 2.5 years later, here we are. Dale Lane says Devo have had a fantastic year all around. And yeah, and the hits aren't stopping, guys. Like they keep getting better at what they do, and they're really good at dialing in on what the market likes. So expect more hotness. One that I'm really looking forward to this year is the Nip Large, also known as the Nipple. Are we going to avoid dad jokes in that episode? Probably not, and that's okay. Jim Miller says my OG Titius is still a favorite. Absolutely. Welcome into Mad Yako. Thank you for being a channel member, dude. I definitely appreciate you joining the Spartans. Welcome in, man. Craig says I've owned 4 Titiuses. Titisi? I don't know the correct plural, so all of the above are acceptable. Mad Yako says Mexican cutlery will just be Chinese knives evading the Oh, that's a good one. Todd Card, man, happy New Year's to you as well. Welcome in. Jason Cable, thanks for being a channel member. He says, "Oh, we got Brian in here. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's. It's good to see transparent knives." All right, I'm catching up with the chat. Hold on, guys. It got away from me there for a second. Jason Cable says, "Speaking of benchmade, have we found out what their prices are going up to? All of the monies." That's what they're going to cost. All of the monies. Whatever rent is divided by, 0.5. Craig says, me too, Rolls. I just bought my first Ella Mexican. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. Did I say hi to Ron Crow? How's it going, man? Welcome in. Jimmy Large, good to see you as well. He says, it's like we're all humans or something. Some of us are androids. Some of us are apples. Green bubble, blue bubble. I don't care. The Night's Edge says, Titanium Justin beats Aluminum Bob every day of the week. Yes, sir. All right. I'm scrolling. I am scrolling. Adventure 50 says 2025 is going to be a good one. I'm about to hit 650 subs. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations, man. And did my first live stream yesterday. It's a different experience, isn't it? Talking to your... It's kind of like talking to yourself, but there's a live chat. It takes some getting used to. I remember my first 10, 20 live streams. I felt awkward. I did. But I kept doing it. And now it's just like hanging out with a bunch of friends who all like knives. You know, I don't have a whole lot of knife nerd buddies where I can go, go get a beer with the boys. Talk about Spyderco down the street. So instead, I come here to the live stream and hang out with you guys. Blue Minati Ninja says, long as it ain't a brown bubble, then it's time to change the underoos. Oh, man. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and hop right into the members only Discord. If you are a new channel member, one of the perks of being a channel member is that you get an invite to the members only Discord. We do pocket checks. We hang out and chat. I've got knife drop. Like we've got it all. We've got it all. How's the moderation in this Discord? Not great. It's not great. It's a place for channel members to come and, hang out and share stuff and do the knife yard sale thing. Share drops and deals, share pocket checks, share the excitement of a new knife day. It's not that serious. I manage people in my regular day job, so I play it pretty loose in the Discords. If you want to see what that looks like, let's go ahead and check out the pocket checks in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here we are on the members only Discord. All right, and we're going to start off with the pocket checks. And I'm going to scroll up to the very first post of the day. All right. Starting off with Gizmalian says late post was a very busy night for dispatchers 911 operators. I bet. New Year's Eve? Yeah, not surprised. Says, but at least my cargo pants are full of titanium. Let's see. We've got the new, that's the Kaiser. That's the new Kaiser. It's not the Sparrow, right? It's the Hawk. The new Kaiser Hawk. I see a Vanguard breaker right there. I'm not sure about this one here on the far right. That's a Vanguard breaker. That's one of the Ketuo or Reichs. I forget the model name. That looks like, is that a Katsu with ZDP 189? I forget the model number. I'm really bad with model numbers. Like if you guys post pocket checks with ZT knives, I will always get that wrong. Always. Model names, I have a hard enough time remembering. Model numbers, knife companies, stop with the model numbers. If you need it for your inventory list, fine. But give us a name that's easy to remember. Like, for example, Wicked Dream Designs knife is the Nefarious. I still love that name. I'm never going to forget that. If you design a knife, give it a name that people can't forget. If you give it a number, the only people that won't forget are robots. Anyways, that's a Katsu knife. I know that the steel on that's got to be ZDP 189. Then he's got the Vosteed Psyop. I'm not sure about this next one, but it looks sweet. The Kaiser Hawk. And then that's the Rayo Laconico Vosteed on the very, very end. I forgot the name of that model. Oops. Some nice cargo pants pockets, though. I like it. The Pons, he's got, is that a NAFS? Is that a Wee Lander? Why does that look like the NAFS Lander? And then the Tri-Stash, of course. Everyone's loving their Tri-Stashes these days. Then, of course, a Arkfeld Pro, or is that the Arkfeld Ultra? Hard to tell. Great light, though. If you want to know what I carried today, I actually carried 2 knives, but I had to show off this one. We got it, guys. Shout out to Derek in the members only Discord for making this possible with a knife swap. This is the Iron Weave Monterey Bay Knives cane, and it's been on my list all year long, and the money is never lined up with the releases. They do small batch releases, like 4 at a time, and they sell out. And the few times where they haven't sold out immediately, I wasn't in a position to get one anyways. And so I was able to get my hands on this guy via a knife swap through the members only Discord. Shout out to Derek. Appreciate you, man. Anyways, will I have a review on this guy up anytime soon? It depends on how quickly I get through all my other reviews that need to happen. Anyways, that's what I carried. I also carried this guy. This was in my top 5 knives of 2024. This is the Winterblade M-Fire. And I did something that nobody's reported doing yet, but it was completely designed to do it. I turned this into manual mode. It has a magnetic detent, but it also has a magnet in the blade. This has got to be one of the easiest Winterblade knives to take apart. T8 hardware everywhere. Pop those bad boys off, and then you just take a pin, like a needle or like a paper clip, and you can poke out the magnet that's in there in the blade. And then you go from it being a magnet assisted to being a manual. And it's really good as a manual knife. Like, really, really good as a manual knife. Love this guy. Absolutely. Really fun carry. I didn't know if I was going to like it in manual mode, but I do. I want to say that this knife replaced the Winterblade Mirage for what it is and for what it does. And it not only did it replace it, it made people forget that the Winterblade Mirage existed. This is fantastic. And it's got a really cool sound. It kind of sounds like scissors opening. Let's see if I can get that in there. Kunwu did a fantastic job on the DLC coating. One of my favorite knives of 2024. If you haven't seen that video, it's my most recent video, top 5 knives of 2025. All right. The Night's Edge says, MC was in here. He was drunk and lost, but it still counts. Don't drink and shop for knives. It's a bad idea. SC Rick, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Nick Martino, welcome in as well. All right. Hey, shout out to Bluminati Ninja for gifting another channel membership. And shout out to Titanium Justin for getting that channel membership. Congrats. And thanks, Blue. Definitely appreciate it. Adventure 50 says, it was natural for me. I've done podcasts about the paranormal for years. Yeah. For me, it was a bit of an acclimation process for doing a live stream. And it has a lot to do with how the content is made. I think that doing live streams is important for channels because it gives them a chance to connect directly with the audience. You know, there's nothing scripted. You can't prepare notes. It's just a natural conversation. In fact, I think that live streams are better when there is no preparation and it's just straight raw content. That's what I like about it. It's kind of like improv night for stand-up comedians. But if I really just wanted to make people laugh, I'd take off my hat. Ian says the Tri-State Discord isn't for the weak of heart. I've heard stories and rumors. He says it's way more controlled than the Tri-State Discord. I don't control stuff that much, guys. I moderate things very lightly. Very lightly. Dragoon says, I like that Kaiser uses names and model numbers even though they get them mixed up. I just want a model name. If they want to put a model number on the box for their inventory purposes, fine. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. That was my carry today. The Monterey Bay Knives Cane and the Winterblade M-Fire in manual mode. If you have an M-Fire and you haven't taken it apart to put it in manual mode, try it. It's not hard at all. A novice could take apart the M-Fire without issue, without watching a video on how to do it. It's not hard. It's easy to take apart and put back together. It's one of the things I love the most about it. Ian Coates with another tri-stash. Mustache is everywhere in the pocket check today. Very cool. Laid off Pete. He's got that's the Kansept, the Tuckamore. Thank you for putting that in there. I was about to forget that. The Tuckamore is a cool looking knife as well. Really cool. That's one that I wish I had the chance to review, but just never got there. Jim Miller, he's got the Sencut Wataga, the Rosecraft Clinch River Swayback, and the Artisan Sea Snake on a bed of steers. Very nice. Very cool. Love it, man. RGL, he's got the Machine-Wise Sonora and the which benchmade is that? I'm not good with benchmades. That's one of their automatics. I'm not sure. And then of course it looks like he's got is that a customized is that a customized Arcfeld Pro or Arcfeld Ultra? Or did Olight release that as a specific one? I got questions. Ed's carrying a Kansept Mini Corvid and a Kansept Corvid M Plus. Very cool. Adventure 50 with the Kaiser Veritas. That looks custom. Love that. He's got a small Swiss Army knife. I'm not good with Leathermans either. I don't carry them. Very cool carry though, man. I love the blue theme you got going on here. And I really like that. That's got to be a custom job on that Kaiser Veritas, right? Or is that one of their Friday deals? Mark P with the Vosti Thunderbird. Aluminum. I really like the way that they did those handle scales. What would you call that pattern? Would you call it a rocked pattern? I'm not sure, but it's cool. Autumn Winds, he's got the Custom Knife Factory Evo with the barked titanium. I love the way that they do the barked titanium on those CKF knives, on the Evos. And that looks like one of the Serge Panchenko slip joints, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Craig Vincent. Man, he's got the full table of gear. My man is ready. Look at his inventory in the background. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. I love it. Zombie apocalypse. I'm going to Craig's house. I'll bring the beer. I will. He says, I didn't go anywhere today. I stayed home and did some sorting. I do that too. I've had to organize my inventory of boxes. On one hand, we've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and on the other hand, we have me. That's cruel, Blue. Why'd you do that, man? Oh, the jokes in the pocket check. See, if I moderated it better, that would never show up in the pocket check. That's a hangout and chat type thing. I'm just kidding. Put what you want where you want. I'm sure it'll be fine. Gas station knives. He's got a fixed blade, which I'm not certain which fixed blade that is, but I know that it looks really cool. I have a feeling that Damascus was probably hand forged. That is pretty sweet. Wicked Dream Designs with the Nefarious. There it is, guys. Is anyone else stoked for those to come in? Production is moving along. Yes, sir. Knife Nut 69 says, my favorite of 2024. There's a Tri-Stash. There's a that's the Box Elder Sebenza, large Sebenza, right? And then there's a Quiet Carry Drift large, not the LCT. I don't think that's the contoured version because this one has the thumb studs. He's got the Notorious EDC Kingpin, and then I can't recognize this top fixed blade. I'm sorry. I'm really not good with fixed blades, but I'm pretty sure I got all the other ones. Notorious EDC Kingpin, Tri-Stash, Box Elder large Sebenza, and then the Quiet Carry Drift large. I think so. Big Jim with a knife that I am not familiar with. That looks like crystallized titanium. Cool looking knife. What is that? Mad Yako's over here with that looks like a para 3 lightweight. Very cool. A TRM Bulldog and what is this one in the back? It's a Tactile Maverick. Okay. It's the angle. I promise. It's not that I'm inadequate. Or maybe it is. Freddie G. Oh, man. He's got the Sparrow Strix with the Lasered blade by Laser Perfect Customs, and the Zach Perlo the Dude. Look at that. I want a custom Sparrow Strix so bad. So bad. Got envy. The Dragonfly. Very cool. Nice carry from Miranda. TC Blades. He's got... Is that a Tasca? Is that a Tasca? What knife is that? I'm blanking, but it looks sweet. All right, guys. I think we're all caught up. But you know what I'm not caught up with is the chat. So we're going to go back to the chat real quick. Big banter. I should know this. Ben Peterson. So they all Ben Peterson. So they all look the same. That's why it looks like a NAF Slander to me. Fair enough. What's up, Knife Nut 69? Good to see you, man. Ian Coates says, if you think models with letters and numbers are hard to remember, meet a Mercedes or BMW fan. I had one. I loved my BMW. It didn't love me, but the mechanics did. Loved that car. It had issues. All right. Hold on. I have a feeling I missed something, so I'm going to go back and check stuff real quick. Hey, shout out to Wicked Dream Designs for the $5 super. He says, just saying I appreciate the channel. Wishing the best for you and your family for 2025. Hey, man, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Definitely appreciate it. It means a lot. And for your kind words, too. SC Rick says, Rolls, have you seen the new Quiet Carry Catch? I'm liking that one. Nesmuk shaped blade. Yeah, I actually mentioned it in the live stream the day we went live, the day that it released. I mentioned it in the live stream. For some reason, it didn't sell out like, at least not immediately, like the other new Quiet Carry models have. I'm not sure what the deal is. Hold on. This is what happens when I click all the buttons. Quiet Carry. The Catch. Yeah. The one that I still want to check out the most is the LCT, and I know they're available. Yep, they're still available. I don't I don't know how. Maybe it's because they're $385. But the Catch, I think, is also available. I think. Where is it? Where is it? Why can I not see it? The Seamount. Oh, Ocean Environments. I was in the wrong category. Here it is. All right. Beautiful looking knife. We got their classic knurling on here. One of the things that, and of course, this version is the version that sold out. One of the things that I'll say is this. It's PVD coating on the handle. And yes, I understand that PVD is not necessarily the specific coating material, but it should have been DLC. At $385, it should have been DLC, not PVD. Not all PVD is the same. You've got different materials. You can do a PVD coating that has a DLC material for the coating. You can do PVD coating that has a titanium nitride for the coating. You can do a black oxide for the coating. So one of the things that makes me wary whenever I see it just labeled as PVD is it could be anything. It could be anything. It's very common that it's titanium nitride, but I hate it. Like, if you're going to tell me PVD coating, I'd rather have you listed as DLC, titanium nitride, black oxide. Telling me that it's PVD tells me nothing. And I've had some good experiences with PVD. I've also had some bad experiences, like, what's the point of a coating if it just flakes off? I can't cut through a box without losing the coating. What the hell? That's one of the things that bothers me. It should be a DLC. At this price point, there's no excuse for not making it DLC. Or Cerakote. Cerakote would be awesome too. Anyways, it's not that big. It's a 3-inch blade. You know, 2.99. We'll give it the extra 100th of an inch. 2.99 inches. Just under 3 inches, officer. You can ask my wife. The blade shape. It's legal. That's why they list it as 2.99, but it kind of depends on how you measure. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Vanek super clean. Stainless steel hardware, stainless steel insert, ceramic washers? No, that's weird. Why would they say ceramic washers? Caged ceramic bearings. Okay, that makes more sense. Tip up carry. Perfect. Titanium. I mean, I still want to check one out. I'm just a little upset about the fact that they're like, it's PVD coating. There's no need to be coy. What kind of PVD coating is it? Fred the Lug says Tasca has a blade hole. Fair enough. Nick Martino says that fixed blade looks like a stone hawker. I'm not good with fixed blades at all. Jim Miller says, Rollshambo, I'm trying to get Kaiser to make a Strix. Greg says no. Well, I thought he had his production. Wasn't his production Strix made by Rayot, or was it Kansept? I'm trying to remember. I thought it was, or was it bestech? I don't remember what the production Strix was. As far as the OEM, I'm having a hard time remembering. Hey, shout out to Knives Fast. What's up, Casey? He says, you are inadequate, just like S30V. Harsh. You did not just liken me to S30V. S30V is a perfectly fine steel, but it's no super steel, Casey. I've got the data to back that up. S30V is not a super steel. Don't make me prove it. I will. Fresh. Good to see you, man. He says, got a catch for Christmas. Awesome knife, man. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. I've only heard good things about it, but I'm not surprised. Quiet Carry is an amazing company. They do excellent work. Knife Nut 69 says, Quiet Carry also revealed another new model in their Insta stories. Just can't remember the name. Oh, really? Hold on a second. I'll pull it up. I'll see if I can find it. Hold on. I'm pulling up the gram. Don't let me down now, Instagram. I'll see if I can find it, and if I can, I'll pop it over. Alrighty. Quiet Carry. Freaking Quiet Carry. Always finding new ways to make us spend the monies. All right. So I'm going to see if I can find it. It said in their Instagram stories. I'm not seeing it in the posts. By the way, I'm not a fixed blade guy, but if I was, I'd grab me one of these. It's a chop and slice Traveler. That looks awesome. In their stories. Is it the helm? I don't think it's that. I mean, that's the catch. I don't know. Maybe they made it as a reel. Doesn't look like it. All right. Maybe I just suck at finding their stories. The Current. No. Carriers? No. Drift? No. The Chase? Is it the Chase? No. I don't know. What am I looking at? What am I looking for? I'm doing this wrong. I know I'm doing this wrong. All right. Well, I failed.
Epic fail.
Anyways. The Knights Edge says Knives Fast is Van X because he's bald and super. Why you got to go after Casey like that? Leave Casey alone, Neil. He's been doing this for a while. He's been through a lot. Anybody that's been doing this for a while, they've been through a lot. Neil says, I said the production Strix is made by Bestech in my review of it that you all watched, right? Right? I watch a lot of knife content. It's hard to remember what I have and haven't watched. I don't watch content on the Strix because I'm still kicking myself for not picking it up. You know, Sparrow said, oh, we're just going to do this run and that's it. And I said, bet you'll do more. And then they were done. You know how frequently knife companies are like, we're just doing this and we're done. And then they're like, just kidding. Here's another release because the last time when we said we were done, we actually weren't done and everyone bought into it because they didn't want to miss out. And now we're not done. That happens all the time. Sparrow actually held to it. They said, we're just doing this specific production run of the Strix and that's it. Everything else will be custom. And they stuck to it. And I kind of wish that they had lied about it. I kind of wish that they had been like, you know, oh, we'll be done. And then they came out with more. I was hoping that was the case. And it wasn't. Greg Schaub apparently is a man of his word. So I am, to this day, kicking myself for not grabbing a Strix when I had the chance. I wish that I did. I really do. Life Survival says, anyone know anything about Ironfly? I found them on the Kunwu website. All I know about Ironfly is that they are the budget brand of Kunwu. That's about it. Never checked out one of their knives before. Anyways, I mentioned earlier that I'd show you guys all the different various models that are going to be available on the mini growler. So we'll do that. Why not? Why not? This one, I guarantee you will sell out first. I'd bet almost anything the purple version will sell out first. $179, $162 after the content creator discount code of your choice. Feel free to use RSB10. What other versions they're going to have? The black pearl. That's going to be popular. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to want to match them to their tall boys. This is the one that I have. The dark blast, titanium satin S90V. It's clean. For all you monochromatic folks out there, it's clean. Did you hear that lockout though? On the rollout? It's so good. Oh. Why am I a sucker for acoustics? I don't know. That's cool. What else? Let's see. They're going to have the Dark Blast titanium with the black wash blade. They're going to have it with the... Here we go. Here's a less expensive one, but still pretty premium. Looks like basket weave carbon fiber satin 154 cm. For those of you guys who tell me all the time, I don't want a super wear resistant steel like S90V. I just want to be able to sharpen it, but still have it be stainless. This is a great option. 154 cm is stainless. It will hold an edge for a decently long time, and it won't wear down your diamond stones when it comes time to finally sharpen it. You'll have to sharpen it more often, but for many of you guys, as long as it's not hard to sharpen, it's not an issue. And this is the least expensive version. This is the least expensive version right here. If you want it for $80 $90, you can get it for $90 with a discount code in G10 and 154 cm. So if you just want to experience, you know, what it's like to have one, and you want more of a user style blade and you don't want to spend as much, you can get it for as low as $90. I think that that's a fantastic deal. You can get them as low as 90 or as much as 162. What other versions are they going to have? Ooh, There's going to be hardware kits too. Why did they do that? White Mountain Knives isn't watching, but if they were, I would say, why did you put what is probably going to be either the most or the second fastest selling camo carbon version with the hardware? They've got 2 more down here in 80s camo carbon in S90V, 1 satin, 1 black wash. I take it back. This one might sell out first. My personal preference between the camo carbon options is the purple, because what I don't like about 80s is you never know if you're going to get one that has almost no blue or almost no pink or almost no green. I like it to be consistent. So while I love 80s camo carbon fiber, I do have a preference towards the purple camo carbon, especially if they did it the same way they did it on the Tall Boy. Love that. This is actually a custom purple camo carbon that they did specifically, and they've only done for Devo, and they call it Purple Flow. So I don't know if White Mountain Knives is using this purple. If they are, it's a runaway favorite already. Anyways, I didn't know this, but apparently they're going to have Zircotai kits too. Get out of town. Get out of town. You can get different accent kits. Unfortunately, no clips. Unfortunately. But the Zircotai kit for $50. This might be a must-have. It might be. It might be. Maybe not. $50 for 2 pivot collars and a backspacer in Zircotai. Is it worth it? I'll let you decide. All right. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah. Anyways, TC Blade says black will sell out first because there's not even 10 of them. Fair. I know that they did extremely limited runs of the camo carbon versions. How many do they have? No idea. I just know that they're super limited. Fred the Lug says, I think Kevin at Devo sourced the carbon fiber for their knives on their own and provided them to Kubi to be used exclusively on their knives. You're right. They did. That's exactly what they did. And I can confirm this. That's what Kev has told me, is that they bought a large stock of camo carbon fiber and they shipped it to Kubi and they said, hold this for us and use it on our knives. So that is in fact exactly what they did. Master Sergeant says, just hanging out, recovering from back surgery. Dang, man. I hope everything's all right with the recovery. Hope that goes swimmingly for you. Knife Nut 69 says, the Growler is just big enough for me. The Mini is just too small for me. I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those things. I've got average size hands and it's got that small knife, big grip magic for me. Like, look at that. I've got average size hands. I wear a medium to large size men's glove. And according to statistics, based on the measurements, that's the average size hand. Some of you guys just have these bear paws. Okay. Anyways, with this 50-50 finger choil, I get a full 4-finger grip with room to spare. So that's magical to me. That is a nice small knife that allows for a big grip. And I love that. But it's not going to fit everybody. It really isn't. Gas Station Knife says, White Mountain Knives not allowing coupon on Gringo. First time coupon hasn't worked there for me. I've had it not work for me several times. They have what's called MAP. They have MAP agreements, which is manufacturer advertised pricing agreements, where, for example, there are some companies that will not, they'll revoke your dealer status if you don't agree to their pricing terms, meaning that you agree not to undersell your competitors who are also dealers of that same knife. That's why Spyderco's, whenever there's a sale somewhere on Spyderco's, you can find that sale in 10 other places because it is something that was approved by Spyderco. Same thing with microtech. Same thing with, I want to say Heretic. Same thing with Jack Wolf Knives. They have map agreements, and if you violate those map agreements, there can be consequences. Not the least of which being you lose your dealer status. So White Mountain Knives has to be super careful about what they allow the code on because they are a dealer for many different OEMs. Hey, shout out to Jay Korskin. Thanks for the $5 super. He says, this is Farta. Oh, Happy New Year's and all the best in 2025. Patches O'Houlihan. Guys, if you're tuning in after the fact during the replay and not in fact live, let me know in the comment section down below. For all of you guys who are live right now, make your status known by smashing that like button. Fred says, so there's a small amount of the carbon fiber knives on this run because it is the last of the carbon fiber that was available. That makes sense. I bet you they send more though. Devo Knives knows that we love the camo carbon. They know. Knife Net says, I got those XL hands. Well, you know what they say about big hands. Jim says, I have little bitch hands. Maybe I do too, Jim. Who knows? It says large size gloves or no gloves. Okay, large gloves then. He says, you got big knife energy though. Big Grip was my name in high school. You're killing me. Nice Fast says, so here's the way I look at it. I absolutely love the mini growler, but you can only ever choke up for me. I can't choke back. I love having the option of the full size. To each their own. I never reviewed the full size. I love it when small knives allow for a full grip, and that's not the case for all knives that are this size for me. Not all knives that are this size for me can I get a full grip. And so it's one of those personal preferences, not everyone's hands are the same size. If you got bigger hands, is there the potential it could be a little small for you? Sure. Absolutely. And if it is too small, I know that there's some people out there that rock these 2-finger grip neck knives, and nobody's getting a full grip on those. So it's all personal preference. Blade Shooter G says, I want a large quiet carry catch. I would love it if it was about an inch bigger. Don't say it. Don't. Fred says, I think that new carbon fiber that Devo sources will be for a higher end knife in their product line first. Could be. Says, Rolls, I'm so out of money. I just pre-ordered Timascus pocket clip and bag space for my compadre. I can't wait. It's a fun thing to do. I did that this year. I ordered the Timascus kit for my tall boy. One of my favorite knives this year. Love the tall boy. And I really enjoyed doing that little bit of extra for it, taking it that extra step. You never know what you're going to get with Timascus. The colors are always vibrant, but it's always a different variation, kind of like the camo carbon fiber. So I love doing that on my tall boy, and I think that it looks really good on the Kunwus too. Says Casey needs a cold steel frenzy so he can choke as he pleases. Hey, have a good rest of your night, Casey. Or, yep. Happy New Year's. Have a great rest of your night. Hey, welcome into Kevin Smith and Knives. Good to see you, man. Let's see what else is out there. We haven't done window shopping on these live streams in a while. So we're already at White Mountain Knives. Let's see what's coming soon aside from the mini growler. The CMB Predator. Okay. The Civivi Merit. Doesn't do anything for me, personally. Bestech Eccentric. This is a crazy looking Tanto. Yes, that is a Tanto. Look at that. 2 different edges, 2 different distinct edges, and a compound grind, if I'm not mistaken. That is crazy. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. $315, compound grind, contoured titanium handle scales. So lots of milling. The price makes sense for the machining that they are doing. I just don't know how I feel about that blade shape. Does it have the does that have the world's tiniest harpoon tip? Who designed this? Doesn't say. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. I really don't. Is there a maker's mark somewhere? If that's an in-house design, I don't know. I don't know. All right. The Rayot Velocity. Ooh, that's got to be a Tashi Baruka design. If I didn't know better, that's got to be a Tashi Baruka design. I know people are going to look at that and be like, it looks cool minus the speed holes. Some people have it ingrained into their soul. They're like, it doesn't matter how good the knife is. The moment there's any see-through on the handle scales, it's not for me. That's okay. Personal preference is what it is. I personally don't hate the speed holes on this one. I'd rock it. I really like the way that Tashi Baruka designs look. And look, that is got to be the world's biggest sharpening choil. Although I do have a question here. And this is one of those times where I wish that I could talk to the designer directly about these things. We're missing out on what looks like, and this could just be because of the picture being blown up, but that looks like we're missing out on what, a quarter inch of cutting edge. They could have done that sharpening choil differently, because I don't believe that's meant to be a finger choil. I meant that is I believe that is meant to be a sharpening choil. Why are we missing out on what is possibly a quarter inch of cutting edge there? What's the reason? If it truly is just a sharpening choil and not a finger choil, that's a miss in my opinion. I do love the look of this. That's going to be considered either a trailing point, possibly even a Persian style blade. With speed holes, I have a feeling that because not a lot of people like trailing points and not a lot of people like speed holes, that might actually be available for a while. $295 for Rayot titanium and LMAX. That's not too shabby though. Throw in a $30 discount for a channel, a content creator discount code, call it $265. Pretty good deal actually. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Vosteed Shilling Cutter. Still need to check that one out. We looked at this one a while ago. The HWZBBEN folding knife in titanium, carbon fiber, and 14C for $159. 160. Call it 144 after discount code. I don't know. Never heard of that company. These actually look kind of cool. These are the new VK Voids designed by Vulpex. But instead of titanium, we've got G10 handle scales and MagnaCut blade. At a much more affordable price than they were for the titanium versions. $140 starting out. I think that's cool. If you wanted a VK Void, but you didn't want to pay the multiple hundreds of dollars, that would be a good option. Do they have the titanium version? Nope, they do not. That's okay. These look kind of cool. The Wee Kinceris. Got some fat carbon going on. Arctic Storm fat carbon. Look at that hand satin finish on the blade. That looks great. Good looking blade. $400. Or after discount code, $360. There you go. It's nearly 9 inches. That is massive. Good looking knife though. Love that. Fred, have a great rest of your night, man. Thanks for joining in. We'll catch you on the flip side. Says, take a look at Pocket Check later. I left 2 knives you were talking about on there for you. Ah, the pocket envy continues. Here we go. Here we go. The RH Knives Tasca 2. V2. And then, of course, the custom Sparrow Strix. Fred's always got the nicest. He's got to have one of the coolest collections. I got to be careful looking at his collection because I often get pocket envy. All right. Kevin Smith with the Hinderer XM18. Very cool. And then, of course, the Devo nip slip. Do they still have those available? Can you still buy a nip slip? Or are they all sold out now? Ed Durbin coming in hot with the... Which Kubi is that? Is that the Atlas? I don't know. The nip slip. Which... All right. Traditional pocket knives. Still have the nip slips available. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. $200. Of course, there are discount codes out there. Man, I might be too weak to resist getting one of these. I'm not big on slip joints, but I do like some of the modern slip joints that are out there. I kind of want one of these. I love the full hollow grind. That is a full hollow grind. Yeah. That's a full hollow grind. Had to double check. Recently I've been incorrect a few times. I'm sorry. That is a full hollow grind with that ridiculously well done swedge up there. I bet that is slicey. Super slicey. I kind of want one. Purple dark matter fat carbon S90V. Could it replace my hedgehog? I don't know. I kind of want to find out. And of course, all the cool slips are sold out. Some of these slips are ridiculous looking. $100. But look at the work on those slips. Classy. Yeah, that's cool. Of course, sold out. I think those sold out on drop. Hey, welcome into Night Rare. Happy New Year's, man. He says late to the party, but I made it. A wizard is never late. He always shows up precisely when he intends to. All right. A lot of side conversations going on. Tom Cook says, anyone have a Grimsmo Saga pen? Just received a buyer's choice email. Big money, not sure. I have never handled one. If you want to see a review on it, check out my buddy Duty's Daggers. You may already watch his channel. If not, check him out. Duty's Daggers has some content on the Grimsmo Saga. He loves it. He loves it. So, if you want a review on that, check out Duty's Daggers for the Grimsmo Saga pen review. It looks pretty sweet. I know a ton of machine work goes into it. And for Grimsmo fans, for fans of John Grimsmo, you know how cool the machine work that he does out of that shop is. And he translates that to a pen, which is quite possibly one of the coolest pens out there. Would I buy it? It would be hard, but at the same time, I know that anyone that has that pen is going to love the crap out of it. So if you're big into the pen world, that could be a good one. Sever7 says, Rollshambo, have you seen the 2U Wolf? Yeah, I've seen it in passing. We'll pull it up here anyways. Hold on. The 2U Wolf. Gotta grab some more water. Stay hydrated. It's a good looking knife. That is, it is kind of interesting when you try to define this blade shape though, because it is a compound ground harpoon tanto trailing points. It's crazy. Super aggressive. I like it. It has a slight recurve here. That's going to be a turnoff for some people. Personally, I don't mind a slight recurve because it helps keep the blade in a cut when you're using it. Looks like blind screwed pocket clip. Very cool. Not terribly expensive. 180 bucks. G-Carta. Yeah. So you get user style handle, premium style steel. I will say this though. If that's what you're going for, where you want the premium steel and more of the user friendly handle scale material like G10 or micarta, I'll tell you what I would rather get. And this might be something that I dig into here in the near future. Have you seen the Chavez blue? What is it? Like the blue label? I think it's the blue label. Come on, DLT. DLT has them. Chavez blue label. Ooh, something else which is cool, not on the topic that I was going on, but do you see that they recently made a TAK, which stands for tiny ass knife, as an integral? That's super cool. So that's one of the new things they're doing. They're calling that the red label, which is like their premium. Kickstop flipper tanto black G10. Man, I kind of wish that I never got rid of my kickstop Chavez, but I did. Where is it? The blue label. They had these. Maybe they sold out. Chavez. And we're going to sort by low to high. Dang it, maybe they did sell out. Chavez blue label. So check this out. You can get the full Chavez lineup as a less expensive variant, under 200 bucks. And I don't think we've ever really seen this, but it's highly attractive to me. One of the issues that I have with regular Chavez frame lock style knives is that it's extremely easy to put too much pressure on the lock bar, and then it's just a bad day as your thumb rams itself into the thumb stud. These are liner locks, micarta handle scales, Elmax blade, 165 bucks. So you can get a Redemption Street. You can get the full size Redemption. Hold on. Blue label. Chavez blue label. And I'm just using Blade HQ as an example because I know they have them. So you can get the Redemption Street. You can get the Redemption 229. And I think that it's really cool that you have that option. It makes it very user friendly. How often do people avoid using their nice titanium knives because they want to avoid putting snail trails on them? I think that that's cool. I really want to check out some of their blue label stuff. And I think the one that I want to check out the most, not the TAK, not the street versions. I think it's going to be the 229 drop point. Yeah. Black micarta, 180 bucks. Still a great deal. Elmax black micarta. Look at that guy. Full size knife, 8 inches. This is going to be one of those knives that I think you could feel good about carrying. You got your premium super steel. You've got micarta. Micarta is a great user material. Got a nice hollow grind on there. It's still heavy, almost 6 ounces. Not for the faint of pocket. Night Rayer says, have to go to work in half an hour. Other than that, I'm okay. Wow, working late tonight, man. I'm glad you've taken the time to join us. Neil says, I'm going to go mess around with the vertical sink. With a vertical sink him off work tomorrow. Have a great night, y'all, and thanks for the Neil, thanks for joining in, man. Happy New Year's to you, good sir. We'll catch you on the flip side. Night Rayer says, work is going to suck with the factory starting up after Christmas break. All the support staff will be crazy busy. Dang. Just embrace the suck. You'll be through it before you know it. Todd Carr says, would love to see kickstop feature being done on other knives. Todd, I am so glad that you mentioned that, because in case you guys didn't know this, our friends over at North Mountain Blades, company which I've recently got into reviewing some of their stuff, they're going to do a collaboration on the Lee Williams kickstop. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So check it out, North Mountain Blades, or North Mountain Blade. I shouldn't have added the S. So you see this? This knife right here, or maybe it's this one, or maybe it's both. If you look closely and you read their description, it says, hello everyone, introducing our 2025 new release, a collaboration design with Lee Williams Knives, featuring the perfect combination of the kickstop hidden flipper quick opening mechanism and the Japanese Tanto style blade. This design seamlessly hides the flipper, blah blah blah. Maybe it is on this one right here. That's a kickstop right there, guys. These are going to be available. The very first launch is only going to be 100 pieces, and it's going to be in the first week of January. So any day now, these are going to be available. Look at that. Would you look at that? That's a thing of beauty right there. That's perfect for that. This has got to be one of the most perfect collaborations, because that is a super clean design. The hidden flipper tab on a design like this lends to a really clean looking aesthetic. And I hope that they have this variant. I really do, with this kind of sunken in frag pattern. Oh, that's badass. And North Mountain Blade, I reached out to them and I said, there's only 100 pieces. I'd love to be one of the first to tell the good people about this, because I am truly excited about Lee Williams kickstop knives. And I think that that's awesome. So there's a very good chance that you might see one of these on the channel, but they're only doing 100 of these. And I have a feeling that they're going to be selling out. So there you have it, guys. The big news there. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to share it. They're just getting these, they're working on getting these back from the factory, going through some polishing. But that's going to be the Lee Williams kickstop North Mountain Blade. And you heard it here first, unless of course you are subscribed to them on Instagram, in which case you already heard it. I try to let people know as I can. The one that I am seriously liking the most is this handle scale right here. I like it. But knowing my luck, the one I'll probably end up reviewing will probably be the one with the speed holes, and I'll get all the comments of, I just don't like speed holes. Oh man, that's cool. It's really cool that they're working on that, and that they're going to have these available. Given that it's January 1st, I mean, shall we see? Are they available on North Mountain Blade right now? I don't think they are. Yep, they're not up yet. They're not up yet, but they will be available soon. So I would say it's worth checking in on their Instagram. It's worth checking in on the website. Looks like they've restocked some of these really cool Shura Sakura blades, which I'm not really big on fixed blades, but I really kind of want one of these. And I think my discount code still works. I think I still have a discount code. That's sick. For those of you guys who love fixed blades, I absolutely drooled over these last time they had these and they sold out. Let's see if my discount code works. Do I have to go to checkout? I think I do. So discount code, is it RSB10? Hey, it is RSB10. Look at that. So on North Mountain Blade, RSB10 gets you 10% off, which on this one is going to be 28 bucks. But remember that if there's a knife on North Mountain Blade that you want to get, it's not an affiliate thing. You just save yourself 10%. If you didn't know, now you know. I really want that fixed blade. I really want that fixed blade. Anyways, guys. Big Jim says, got the 229 Tanto blue label. Very nice. Night Rayer says, did you see the question about the extremer ratio BF2? I did not. Let me scroll up a little bit. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. I did not see the question about the extremer ratio BF2. And I'm not finding it either. I'm scrolling up, but I know I probably missed it. So many comments, so many chats. Hey, I did miss Ed Durbin though. What's up, Ed? Good to see you, man. Says it would be nice if they had a lefty version of the blue label. Oh, dang, it's not left-handed. I feel like that's kind of a miss. That's kind of a miss. I just popped it over here on my screen, but it's kind of a miss that they didn't do a reversible clip on this, because that would be a true, I mean, that's kind of the only thing that this is missing is a true blue, you know, premium work knife, right? I agree with you. That is a miss. The Extrema Ratio BF2. I'm not super familiar with this brand. I have heard of them. Aren't they Italian? The BF2. No. Pop-ups. Go away. Go away. This is kind of cool. The MF1. Last call. What is up with these pop-ups? All right. BF2. EDC and folding knives. I'm assuming it's one of these, but it might be a fixed blade. The BD2, the BF1, the BF2 CT. This is kind of crazy. What is that? That is crazy looking. Is this why you wanted me to look at it? Hold on. Will it let me zoom in? I'm not sure what's going on there. That looks crazy. Is that an automatic? Can't be. Can't be. It's got thumb studs. I'm just not used to a lock that looks like that. Wow, that's different. I don't know how I feel about that. Folding knives specially suited for professional use by military or police operatives in the field. The handle is solid and comfortable. Where's the lock? The renowned liner lock blade blocking system is paired with a Carter protected manually activated secondary blocking system. Okay. So this dealio right here is a second blocking system. That's pretty cool. It takes liner lock to a whole new level. That's for sure. Interesting. $200. What do you get? You get that crazy second locking system. You get aluminum handle scales. Bowler N690. N690 is actually pretty decent steel. I put it right around 154 cm. Would I rather have 14C? Maybe. Yeah, 58 HRC, pretty typical for N690. Interesting. That is interesting. I don't know if I like the price. Just saying, I do kind of think that even if you have a secondary locking system on there, I don't know if it's justified, at least in my opinion. Aluminum N690 secondary locking system. I'm thinking that that's more fair, somewhere around the $125 mark. $145 with inflation. Nearly $200 is not something that I would bite on that, but that's just me. Trying to see where they're made. I think they're made in Italy. I don't know. Crazy knife, man. Absolutely bananas. Fresh 1117 says, if I gotta lock my liner lock, I'm just getting a fixed blade. Fair. That's fair. Oh, okay. Says the M390 is $264 on Amazon, $59 to $61. All right, let's see. Amazon. All right, here we go. Yeah, $264. Hold on. Boom. There it is. Italian craftsmanship. Yeah, I was right. I think it's still, yeah, it's still aluminum, which is fine. M390 aluminum, a bit easier to swallow. You know, I was going to say, you know, but it is still $264. From a material standpoint, yeah, 202 over here. 264. I mean, it's nice that we get M390 on this version. I still think it's a little high. It is cool that they have different versions, though. That is cool. I think what it comes down to is how much value do you place on this secondary locking system? If you place a lot of value on that, then it could be worth it. For me, I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like there are better ways to get a really solid lockup on a folding knife rather than have it backing up a liner lock. I mean, it makes me wonder, is this going to be stronger than, say, you know, a Civivi Vision FG with the super lock, or a Demko 80 20.5 with the shark lock? Like, is it going to be competing with those? Because if it's not, I mean, I'm assuming because it has two locking mechanisms that this is probably extremely strong. So I think that'd be a really cool video to do, is like torture testing with weights, the point of failure between something like that and something like a shark lock or a super lock. I don't know. Just speaking out loud here. Craig says, Rolls, which has better edge retention, M4 or 3V? Oh, M4. M4 all day. And if you want to know by how much, I'll pull up the Steel Snobs steel comparison sheet. We haven't done that in a long time. Let's do that. Hold on. Where did I hide it? I know it's on the members only Discord. I'm just looking for it because I have it saved on my computer somewhere around here. By how much? It's going to be by a lot. 3V is not known for its edge retention. It's known for its toughness. So I'm going to find it and I'm going to pull it up just so that you have a frame of reference by how much. So if you really prize toughness over edge retention, like for example, a lot of people who utilize fixed blades are going to appreciate toughness more than wear resistance. 3V is a better choice for that. However, M4 has much better wear resistance. Yeah. M4. All right. And we're going to do 3V. So for some reason, it won't let me pull it up on my browser so I can show you. It makes me pull it up on a separate browser. But for example, wear resistance on 3V, according to Dr. Larry Thomas, is rated as a 4.5, which isn't bad by any stretch. But it's also not as good as M4. M4 has a wear resistance rating of 6. Where 3V wins is in toughness. M4 has a toughness of 6.5, which is really good. But 3V is really good, having a rating of 9. 3V is also slightly more corrosion resistant than M4. M4 not known for its corrosion resistance. But yeah, to answer your question, M4, you're going to have better edge retention all day. Master Sergeant says, Craig, if edge retention is your priority, M4 is a better choice. However, if you need a balance of toughness and durability for heavy duty tasks, 3V might be more suitable from my understanding. Yeah, spot on. Hey, Josh 304, Happy New Year's, man. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and kill the music because it is about that time. We went a bit longer than usual. I took it an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. I know we started a little bit early. I tried to get it as close to 2 hours as possible. My way of saying thank you guys. I know that many of you guys have wanted longer live streams for the longest. And so I'm trying to do that. I try to make the content that you guys like to see. So thank you guys for riding with the channel in 2024. Moving into 2025, it's going to be good. We're going to have a great year. I'm going to be working on making the content better than ever. I've got a ton of knife reviews on the way. Some really cool stuff on the way. So make sure you follow the channel for that. If you want to hop in on the next live stream, that will happen on Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. I hope I see you. If not, I totally understand. So for some of you guys, I'll see you soon. For everybody else, we'll see you later.